You could never have imagined that Earth was born this way. Around 4.6 billion years ago, at the edge of the Eagle Nebula in the Milky Way, a new star ignited. Clouds of gas and dust swirled around it, forming a great spinning disk. That star was our sun. Within the glowing disk, countless mineral grains began to collide and stick together. Piece by piece, through a process called accretion, they grew into larger and larger clumps of rock. These clumps pulled in more material, becoming the seeds of future planets. As time passed, the biggest planetesimals consumed the smaller ones, slowly collapsing into planetary embryos. Among them was the one that would become Earth. But 4.5 billion years ago, disaster struck. A planet-sized body, roughly the size of Mars, known as Theia, slammed into the young Earth. The collision unleashed unimaginable heat, turning Earth's surface into a vast ocean of molten rock. Earth survived, but Theia did not. Its shattered remains mixed with Earth's material, circling our planet in a glowing ring of debris. From that fiery ring, gravity shaped a new companion, our moon. In its earliest days, the moon was almost 16 times closer to Earth than it is today. For the next 1.5 billion years, it remained geologically alive, while Earth itself slowly cooled and hardened. But the early Earth was still a hostile world. Its atmosphere was thick with ammonia, methane, carbon dioxide, hydrogen, and water vapor. Toxic gases hung over a blistering volcanic landscape, scorching, barren, and utterly uninhabitable. This marked the beginning of Earth's first geological age, the Hadean Eon. 66 million years ago, during the late Cretaceous, Earth looked nothing like it does today. The once united supercontinent, Pangaea, had long split into northern and southern land masses. In the humid forests of the north, Tyrannosaurus rex thundered through the ferns, while herds of Triceratops grazed, their sharp horns raised high. Above them, pterosaurs spread their wings, 2 meters across, gliding with the wind in search of insects. The oceans were even more alive. Mosasaurs, with sleek, powerful bodies, sliced through schools of fish. Earth at this time was a thriving prehistoric zoo, bursting with life. No one could have known that a cosmic bullet, a mere 10 kilometers wide, was already on its way, destined to strike what is now the Yucatan Peninsula in Mexico. The impact was instant, catastrophic, releasing the energy of 100 trillion tons of TNT. The sea exploded, molten rock and superheated water blasted into the sky. A chain reaction of disasters followed. Towering tsunamis crushed coastlines, sweeping young dinosaurs into the depths. But the true end was yet to come. Dust, ash, and burning debris rose into the atmosphere, forming a suffocating shroud tens of kilometers thick. Sunlight vanished. Day turned into an endless night, lasting for years. Forests withered into graveyards of dead wood. Plant-eating dinosaurs, the ceratopsians and hadrosaurs, were the first to starve. Without prey, predators like T-Rex soon followed, collapsing into the silence of extinction. This catastrophe raged for tens of thousands of years. In the end, 75% of all life on Earth was wiped out. The mighty non-avian dinosaurs, rulers of the planet for 160 million years, disappeared forever. Oceans, land, and skies all fell into a haunting quiet. This was the 5th great mass extinction in Earth's history. And now, as we stand in museums, staring at the towering skeletons of T-Rex behind glass, it feels as though we can still glimpse that apocalyptic day 66 million years ago. They remain silent witnesses of the disaster, reminding us of a profound truth. Life on Earth has always moved in cycles of destruction and rebirth, fragility and resilience, 2 sides of the same essence of life. 201 million years ago, As Triassic winds swept across the forests of Pangaea, no one could have foreseen the catastrophe quietly brewing, a disaster that would last hundreds of thousands of years. This was the fourth mass extinction. Back then, Earth's map was unrecognizable. The supercontinent Pangaea stretched endlessly, its vast lands bound together. Massive archosaurs, armored and fearsome, prowled in search of prey, while small reptiles darted through low horsetail thickets. Life thrived, but not for long. Deep beneath the surface, the planet stirred. Pangaea began to fracture, immense forces tearing at Earth's crust. At last, in the middle of the Atlantic, the land split open, revealing a monstrous wound. In the very next heartbeat, torrents of molten magma burst forth like dragons freed from chains, carrying fire, smoke, and ash high into the sky. Rivers of lava scorched the land, turning forests to charcoal in an instant. Volcanic ash spread across the globe, painting the heavens a dark gray. Sunlight was cut off, trapped outside Earth's poisoned skies. The climate collapsed. Warm forests became cold wastelands overnight. This relentless devastation acted like shears, cutting away nearly 76% of all species on Earth. Yet within destruction lies the seed of renewal. From the shadows of ruin, faint sparks of life endured, tiny embers that would one day ignite the next great chapter in Earth's story. Across Earth's 4.6 billion year history, life has endured 5 great mass extinctions. Each one erased countless species forever. But the deadliest of them all happened 250 million years ago during the Permian period, known as the third mass extinction. This catastrophe wiped out more than 96% of all living creatures on Earth. The exact cause remains uncertain, but fossils and rocks preserve vital clues. In Permian rock layers, we find abundant remains of diverse life. Yet in the overlying Triassic layers, those traces nearly vanish. Carbon isotope shifts reveal that Earth's environment had undergone a cataclysmic transformation. So what truly happened? Was it an asteroid strike or a disaster from within? Among many theories, the leading one points to the Siberian Traps, one of the largest volcanic eruptions in Earth's history. This eruption didn't last days or years, but nearly 1 million years straight. Imagine a volcano beginning to erupt when humanity first appeared, and it's still erupting today. That's how immense it was. The eruptions released unimaginable amounts of carbon dioxide and methane, wrapping Earth in a suffocating greenhouse blanket. Global temperatures soared by as much as 10 degrees Celsius, but the nightmare didn't end there. The oceans absorbed this excess carbon, turning increasingly acidic. Shells of clams and corals dissolved piece by piece while oxygen in the deep sea dwindled. Marine life suffocated, either poisoned by acid or starved of air. On land, volcanoes spewed sulfur dioxide, which fell back as acid rain. Forests withered, soils eroded. The chain reaction of destruction spread like falling dominoes. Vibrant, shallow waters became silent, lifeless dead zones. On land, 70% of vertebrates perished. Lush green landscapes turned to barren desert. Desolation stretched as far as the eye could see. And yet, from this silence, new life slowly emerged.